seminar, Social Economy. And today we are going to listen to and discuss the report, Educational Reputation of the Region, Analytics and Management Tools, prepared by T.A. Korepina, Junior Researcher of the Laboratory for the Studies of Labor Potential Development. According to the rules, today we have two brilliant reviewers, Elena Sushanskaya, PhD in economics, senior researcher, and your on humble servant, Andrei Popov, PhD in economics researcher, and also the event attended by Elena Milenko, PhD in philological sciences, senior researcher. So let's get started. Tatiana, please, you have 15 minutes only.
Okay, thank you, Andrei. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. The title of my report is Educational Reputation of the Region, Analytics and Management Tools. Educational migration of the region population is one of the social migration types, which assumes a significant burden of population displacement both within the region and beyond. In 2017, 3,200 people left the Volga region of the purpose of education, and the migration decline was 1,755 people. Compared to the previous year, their figures remained at the same level. In accordance with the concept of socio-economic development of the Volga region until 2030, the region implements a policy of saving people, which is aimed to shape the human development space. The larger outflow of young people outside the region in connection with the purpose of receiving education is a reason for improving migration policy, as well as creating an attractive educational environment. Despite the fact that in the Volga region there are good conditions for obtaining high quality vocational education, there are two classical universities, the Volga State University and the Cherepavets State University, one academy, the Volga State Dairy Farming Academy, and one institute, the Volga Law and Economics Institute. Almost half of the 2018 high school graduates continued to receive education outside the region. Excuse me. The purpose of this stage of the study is to analyze the characteristics of the regional educational attractiveness formation, as well as to identify possible tools for managing the region educational reputation. As a part of my research, it is intended to build an agent-based model of the region's population educational migration. Modeling educational migration implies filling the model with data that will reflect the real situation in the region. According to a survey of schools graduates in the Volga region within the framework of the regional project, career guidance as the basis for managing the migration processes of students in the Volga region. In 2018, 48.5% of school graduates would like to go to get education outside the region. In fact, 41.6% of high school graduates left for education outside our region. In order to avoid such losses of human capital, it is necessary to develop a system of measures to regulate educational migration. One of them is the formation of educational attractiveness of the region. Among the 11 classes graduated in the region in 2018, the most preferred areas were medicine, jurisprudence, information technology, economy, technical specialties, management, educational science. On the basis of the second wave of the continuous survey, a rating of the areas of study was complied, according to which graduates of 11 classes of school in the Volga region were accepted into educational organizations. Training in the most demanded medical direction is carried out only at the basis of educational institutions of the secondary vocational education. The Volga Region Medical College, the Череповец Medical College and the Великий Устюг Medical College. To get higher medical education is possible only outside the region. In order to return migration back, the government provides targeted training. The question of how many people who have arrived without a target direction will return to work in our region remains open and is difficult to deal with. In connection with the preferred areas of study among graduates, their desire and ability to go beyond the region, St. Petersburg, Yaroslavl, Moscow and Arkhangelsk have become the most popular directions of movement. Economists in their work distinguish such a thing as the educational reputation of the region, which denotes an objectively formed system of value relationships to the quality of education services and the level of development of the educational environment of the region, formed on the basis of personal experience and reliable information, and which is confirmed by qualitative and quantitative indicators. The educational reputation of the region is formed not only by students themselves, teachers, and educational organizations, but only by the authorities. Currently constructed interaction of educational institutions, administrative authorities, the labor market, and the media can create an impression about the quality of educational services in the region. Figure 5 shows the process of the regional educational space formation. It includes participants creating educational reputation tools and expected socio-economic results. The instruments for forming the educational reputation of a region are divided into two types: managerial and communicative. Among the management tools, the integration of the educational component in the concept of the region's reputation stands out. The combination of various factors which attract young people to get an education in a particular region characterize it as a whole, pleasant for living and for their personal development. The work of the Educational Partnership Center, which is another management tool, is based on such principles as openness, autonomy, strategic focus, competitiveness, and customer focus. The organization of the center work allows building an effective interaction between the participants in the process of forming the region educational reputation. Internet content is one of the most important communication tools. Information that is presented in the internet is of great importance in modern conditions. The work of the website of the educational organization, timely updating of information, convenience, as well as publications with the achievements of students and professors contribute to creating an image and impression of the organization. Proper interaction of all participants in the process using the present tools contributes to the gradual formation of a positive educational reputation of the region, which is one of the levels of improving the quality of life of the population of the region. The formation of a positive educational reputation of the region takes place in accordance with the regulations that have been adopted with at the federal and regional levels. Among them, the federal law on education in the Russian Federation, and the concept of the state migration policy of the Russian Federation during the period from 2019 to 2025. As I have already noted in the report, the Volga region adopts the concept of the social-economic development of the Volga region until 2030, in which the priority task is to save people. Regulation of educational migration is becoming one of the ways to preserve young people in the region, and the formation of a positive educational reputation can become a reason of attracting human resources from other territories. Thus, with the help of a continuous survey, it was possible to determine the main preferred areas of training for graduates of school in the Volga region, as well as the directions of their movement. The tools identification participants as well as expected result make it possible to assess the complexity of the process of forming the region educational reputation. The proposed algorithm helps to meet the needs of all participants based on their interaction in a single educational space. Thank you for your attention, and if you have any question, I'll be pleased to answer them.
Thank you, Tatiana. So the audience, it's your turn. Doesn't have any questions? Tatiana?
Thank you for the report, Tatiana. There is no doubt that the theme of your report is relevant. I have many questions, but I will put the focus on the two following issues. First of all, are you able to say in a sentence or two how the categories of educational attractiveness and educational reputation of the region are interrelated?
Thank you for your questions. I think in our study, educational attractiveness of the region and its educational reputation are used synonym.
Do you think maybe educational reputation of the region is a part of the educational attractiveness? Maybe it's a more broad term.
Thank you. I cannot answer your question now, and I will be taken into account in the future work.
Thank you. And the second question, do you have assessed the educational reputation of the region, for example, in the case of all
Excuse me, repeat please. Repeat please.
do you have assessed educational reputation of the region in the case of all
Mm.
Mhm.
No, this так. I have not case these categories.
Okay, let's move on. Any questions?
Thank you, Tatiana, for your report. This is an interesting topic. And you have mentioned in your report about the project, regional project, which is held in Volga region, yes, for the guidelines. Yes. Have you interviewed all the school leaders in this project, or just the part of them?
The Volga Institute for Educational Development within the framework of the regional project conducted in February and May and June 2018 a comprehensive survey of graduates of the 9th and 11th grades of school in the Volga region. The total number of respondents was 16,000.
It's the part, you said that it's the part of your research, yes, and it's maybe not the beginning, just half of the whole research. And what are the prospects for further researchers? What's the future of your research?
Так. In my future research, the data will be used in the agent-based model of the region's population educational migration. The results of the study will be taken into account when developing a system of measure to improve the migration region policy. Thank you.
Okay, any questions? We have one. Tatiana, from your point of view, what is the role of institutions of secondary education in education-related migration?
Thank you for a question. Secondary education organizations have an important role in education-related migration. The population aged 15 to 17 years old prefer to receive specialized secondary education in the territory of our region. Educational migration in 2018 among graduates of the ninth grade was 9.8%.
Okay, thank you. Alexander, please.
Thank you for your interesting report. I have one simple question. What is the share? What is the share of English migration? For instance, this migration in the whole of the region?
Thank you for your question. Educational migration represents half of the population migration in the our region. That's all.
Okay. No hands, no? Okay, let's move on to the new process and please.
Tatiana, thank you for the interesting presentation. In my opinion, the topic of the study is important and relevant, and the survey outcomes are very useful. It's therefore unfortunate that the study presentation was so brief and poor. Of course, I understand that the speaker had little time to present his research, but many questions arise for this reason. I want to ask you some questions about future model. How are you going to use reputation indicators in your agent-based model, and what indicators do you want to use? How can you measure the educational attractiveness and reputation of a region?
Thank you. I don't use reputation indicators in my agent-based model, but the results of the study will be useful to me in the formation of recommendations for improving immigration policy.
Okay, now that's my turn. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Tatiana on getting such a valuable experience. Making a presentation in English is not an easy task, and curious about the report. The relevance of the topic is beyond question. Educational reputation of the region plays a crucial role in maintaining and multiplying the human potential. Recently, one governor said that they have some policy documents including information on how much the region should pull youngsters from neighboring regions to its own. I'm not joking. So, aims and tasks of the research are clear. In my opinion, the title of the report doesn't fully accord with its content due to lack of understanding of what is the basis of educational reputation. But however, the report has its merits that allow Tatiana to arrive at interesting conclusions. For instance, the idea of the social demand is an effective measure towards overcoming negative aspects of migration. And in conclusion, in order to follow up the report, I would like to clarify two related points which are very similar to Yelena's questions. So, do you have any statistics about how much young people come to study the educational organization of the Volga region from other territories? And if you have, whether that information will be included in your agent-based model? Thank you.
Thank you, Andrei. Currently, I have not such statistics, but we work with educational organization, with universities that can give statistics about now much young people come to study universities from other territories.
Okay. And you are talking only about universities, not institution of secondary education, only higher education.
Only institution,
Okay.
high school. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I think we're done with it, and let's turn to the exit statement.
First of all, thank you for such an opportunity to take part in such an event, because as the reviewer Andrei Pavlov has said, it's rather difficult, yes, to take part in the event, which is held in English. And also, due to the topic of our seminar, yes, and also specific. And what I should say, okay, all reviewers have given useful recommendations, and the reporter should take these recommendations into account. And also maybe about my recommendation, about the title and the aim of this report. At the beginning of your report, your objective is, may I read, okay? To analyze the characteristics of the regional educational attractiveness formation, as well as to identify possible tools for managing the regional educational reputation. And as a result, you say that you have determined the preferred areas of training for school leavers. You have interviewed only school leavers. But in fact, educational migration is a broader concept that includes a variety of forms of getting education, for example, such as additional education, education for adult people, yes, and also different forms of advanced training. If we want to speak about the educational reputation of the region, we should pay attention to this rather broader. The title and the aim of the report maybe is rather broad. That's why maybe if you are going to publish this material, you should specify it. Yes? Okay. But it's a very interesting topic, and also, again, I wish you good luck in future researchers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, all of you, and we have the last section of the event, this discussion. So, does anyone has any remarks or comments? No?
I would like to take part.
So, okay, I think it was really fruitful seminar, so thank you for your work. And don't forget to complete questionnaires. See you next time.
Thank you.